It is what it is. It is what it is.
Why are black people so disrespected all over the globe? The answer is found in the South African township, because the South African township is a microcosm of everything you need to understand about why people do not respect blacks and see them as less than. It starts with what you often hear people say when they see the township, or any other black ghetto for that matter. They say some version of only the blacks would live like this. Whether that is totally true or not is not even the point, for one main reason. Even though some other group can be found living in dirty and dysfunctional places with litter, crime, and wherein everything seems to be broken and neglected, where problems linger and seem to never get fixed, even though some groups can be found living like this, the reason blacks are dissed is because everywhere they seem to settle in the world, you find some version of the township. A dirty, dysfunctional, and crime-ridden place, the sort of place people move out of as soon as they get some money. Yet the most distinctive thing about why the township tells us so much about black people is that they are one of, if not the most obvious group that almost never reforms, develops, or builds that ghetto into a thriving, clean, and affluent place. It will almost always stay a dirty, dysfunctional place unless some other group of people come in and reform it. Some other group will always, too easily even, just build that place up and change it into a place people move to when they get some success in life. You see, the township is not a place where black people live. It is a symbol of how stuck the black man is, how he is not able to build himself and his people up, creating systems and order. Think about it this way. Right here in South Africa, 3 things will show you that what I am saying is correct, or at least considering. First, the driving. People of all races often refer to how in the township they have to adopt a different driving style, a style many just call township driving. The style is often characterized by being very aware of people not indicating, so you should expect that, stopping in the middle of the road, seemingly with no reason, or just to talk to someone, congestion in unnecessary places because someone stopped where they shouldn't have, bad parking, open drinking and driving in broad daylight, sometimes with the police speeding past, a lack of respect for road markings and lanes and keeping to them, and of course speeding in residential areas, even when the streets are full of pedestrians and children playing. To me, this is not just about a sign of bad road manners. It actually shows us something deeper about the black population and why they do not build their societies up to be advanced like the Asians, Europeans, and others. They show a lack of individual discipline and the ability to respect and follow community rules to the betterment of the society, meaning their societies will not have high levels of social order.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Second, the litter. People litter at will in the township, even at a fancy mall, at a courtroom, at an office block. They will just throw the wrapper down, littering out of a moving car is nothing, in front of everybody. With no sense of shame, we can judge a society by what they consider to be shameful and what people don't do, because they know the society always looks down on that thing. People in the township litter and then wonder why people think less of blacks, while people looking from the outside see black people living in their own filth for years. It often takes non-blacks and wealthier blacks to clean the township up. Even after some cleanup project, it is only a matter of time till the entire place is filthy again. Then you go to a place in the same country, like Sandton, and you can walk on pavements without seeing a single piece of litter.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Third, fathers. Areas in townships where there are more intact families and fathers in the house are very clear to see actually. They often get lost in the general pile of dirt and dysfunction that characterizes the South African township. However, you know when you are in one of these streets where there are fathers, because it's very easy to see, because it is quiet, It is clean and it is safe, with neat gardens, fed dogs, and a high sense of order. This cannot be said for much of the township, especially in modern South Africa, with a black population ruled by filthy social grant divas.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
A people with no fathers and where patriarchy is weak is a weak, poor, crime-ridden, and dirty people group that cannot build a high-functioning society. And let me add an extra point to consider. It is unseen or underlying. It is actually hidden in plain sight. If you walk about any township, you will see people walking about, sitting about, and doing something. They will be talking. The talking is not the issue. It is what you can often overhear people talking about. They will be talking about other people. The township tells you everything you need to know about why the black peoples are disrespected and seen to be at the bottom. Sad. Unless men stand up and take their rightful place as the natural leaders of life and build an ordered, safe, and prosperous society on the level and above of the Europeans, the Middle East, and Asians. The black person will never be taken seriously until he begins to do this to the township, to the neighborhoods, and everywhere else he lives and goes.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Let me know. Thank you for listening. If you dare, buy us a coffee. The link is in the description.
Magwala, cheche, Hoya Rona, Hoya Rona.